So the adventure begins. I'm headed off to Iceland all by myself. There's gonna be a little surprise along the way. You gotta stay tuned to find out. Wow, what a journey. My hair's a little crazy right now. Got a little bit of time to head over to Blue Lagoon. The surprise that I was talking about. At first I planned this adventure to be a solo trip. But the last minute I went couch surfing. We're actually gonna meet a complete stranger from Illinois and we're gonna hang out together for the week. It's go time. I'm at the Blue Lagoon. My body is very warm. My face is very cold. The water's a nice Tiffany blue. I did a mud mask thing and got some nice stuff on my face. The bad thing about being by yourself is no one tells you that you got some stuff on your face. My face stings a little bit. Hopefully that's what's supposed to happen. Time to go get like a smoothie thing that's included. So it's raining and I'm in an outdoor spa and I gotta be okay. It's very Icelandic. I'm just gonna float around now. Of course, it'd be nicer to have Archel here, but you know how your mom's always like, don't hang out with strangers. Today, I'm actually gonna invite a stranger that I met online into my car. We'll see how it turns out. What's up, man? What's up? I love the car. What's going on? Andy?
Brett.
Nice to meet you. Day one update. It is actually 10 p.m. right now in Reykjavik, Iceland. I landed in Iceland at 7 a.m. in the morning. Got the car rental, went straight to the Blue Lagoon, the tourist attraction everyone knows about. It was very interesting to go to like a spa type experience by yourself, but it wasn't that bad. I just talked with strangers, kind of asked about their story, told them about mine, what I was planning on doing. Well, initially it was a solo trip, and then decided last minute that I'm going to be joining a random person at couch surfing. I met with him at lunch. His name's Brett. He was on a different budget than mine, so matching up the schedules didn't work out that well. So
present day Andy coming in here, and the only way for this whole situation to work was if I gave a stranger my rental car and trusted that he would come back and pick me up half a day later, and I just wasn't ready to do that.
After much deliberation, we ended up parting ways, so it's back to being a solo trip. Food out here is really expensive and really basic. So this is the hot dog with everything on it. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll start the day strong at 6 a.m. again. What's up, y'all? It's a beautiful day in Iceland. It is my first real day where I got some rest. I'm ready for adventure. I'm gonna hit some waterfalls today and a glacier tour. There's nothing open right now because the sun rose at 4 a.m. woke me up, and it's 6 a.m. right now, and it's still like dawn, man. Today, my breakfast is these Quaker chewy bars because that's all I got. So I just took a drive through an underwater tunnel, and now I'm on the other side. Dude, Iceland is beautiful. But this is me and my adventure. Do not hesitate to get your shot. Stop off the side of the road to get this shot. There's a little water, but look at that. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but the wind is crazy out here. I'm freezing, but I'm gonna head off to Reykjavik now. Oh my god, this is so crazy. The weather is insane. I'm at the hot springs or something like that. I just see hot stuff, but after driving for a little bit, I realized that this is really the vacation I've been looking for. Kind of just like wander around by myself. I think my last minute decision to not join a random was a very smart decision because I've been enjoying my time today. Just wandering around, and when I got bored of something, I just dipped. And my biggest surprise was there's like a little dog in the garden. Oh my god. Oh my god. You okay there?
I legit thought this dog was dead for a second.
It's crazy out here, man. Crazy. Give a Cali boy some snow, and he'll record it.
So I took a guided tour to go to a man-made glacier called Lagoon, and as we went up the mountain in this crazy buggy looking thing, it just got more and more out of this world. It's kind of insane out here. Jesus. So when visiting Iceland, there's two kinds of these glaciers you can visit. You can go to natural ones or man-made ones, and I chose to do the man-made route because I wanted a guide and I wanted to have the safety equipment and I wanted to make sure that I was safe. The man-made ones are built out so they're a little bit more sturdy and people go through them all the time, so there's a higher level of safety. And I had a lot of fun, so who cares?
I've realized that there's no point in me rushing like crazy. I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. If I don't get to it, oh well. Would you believe me if I said the wind is very strong? I have a wind thing on my mic so you can't hear it, but oh my god, I'm like blowing in the wind. I'm like, ah! It's the statue at Alnar Tapi, I think. Alnar. Thank you, Alnar. Thanks for being a homie for me in the picture. We're at one of the waterfalls. It's a big one. It's a double waterfall. I don't know what it's called, but I can't check right now because it's crazy. Like hailing in my face, raining, the whole shebang.
Checking in from Airbnb. It's day 3, been a blast. I've learned that even though my camera is weatherproof, when the rain flies at you sideways, it hits the lens anyway and you can't see a darn thing. The wind goes up to 50 miles per hour. Rain was non-stop. At some points I couldn't see just a few yards in front of me when I was driving. It was really bad. Got lost this morning because I trusted Google Maps to send me off into no man's land. Visited a lot of beaches. I really tested the weatherproofness of my clothes today, and I'm dry, so that's good. It's been quite an experience being in the car by yourself for entire days at a time. Thanks for checking in. See y'all soon.
I haven't adjusted the camera today, but today is day 4 in Thingvellir National Park. I'm in this like sprunga up nast, some fissure. I walked up to this nice view from the top. I feel like that's where you see where the Europe and something plates meet. And I think the next stop's the geyser. See you soon.
I was so scared to touch this horse, and it could sense it. So, awkward hover hand. This is when I learned that using a big camera with a big lens is really difficult when it's raining outside in Iceland. This morning I woke up at 4 a.m. and I told myself, drive straight to the plane crash. Don't stop for anything. You gotta get that sweet, empty shot of the plane. When I saw this waterfall, I couldn't help it. The coolest thing about this waterfall is that you can walk behind it. It was such a crazy experience. It was so surreal to be here because one of the videographers that I look up to, Peter McKinnon, was here. When I saw him doing all this cool stuff, I just wished and wished deep down that I could do that too. And now I'm here.
Beach at the viewpoint up top. I'm normally not afraid of heights, And if you're a squeamish viewer, you should kind of back down now, fast forward, because that's a steep drop. At the viewpoint, at the crazy top of the hill. I'm glad I rented a 4x4 vehicle at this point because it was very bumpy coming up and some cars actually bailed out. Here there's arches. I think I got some video of the arches. There's like a beach. I'm gonna drive down to the beach because I could like walk all the way down there, but I'm not quite sure if that's the fastest way. I've definitely hit the touristy part of my trip. For a few minutes on the way here, my camera actually broke. The shutter was stuck closed. I was about to cry because I still have 2.5 days in my trip. But alas, it's working now because you're watching me, so everything's good. But this is the black sand beach. You know, black sand.
To give myself a little bit of a break, I just kept walking further and further, kind of hiked a little bit, climbed a little bit, and got to a place where it was just me. And it was really nice to have that peace and quiet again because that's what this trip was for. I may or may not be lost in my 4x4 somewhere in Iceland. I was just looking for some lava fields and I ended up here. Got some drone shots of them, but I'm not sure how I got here. And I definitely wasn't sure how I was going to get back, but somehow I made it.
So I made it to the top of the town that starts with a K in the southern part of Iceland. There's a lake, as you can see behind me, and it leads into a waterfall. It's bigger back down there where it goes over the cliff. It's so beautiful out here, man. Ran up here to catch the sun, made it just in time. It's kind of a little bit late for the golden hour, but it's all good. So I'm at Skaftajökull glacier or something. Oh, that's fine. And I met two dudes, John over there, Bo over there, and they happen to be from California, Los Angeles somehow. I just noticed John's GH5 and I was like, yeah, that's my shit. There's an easy walk over here. There's no drones in the freaking national park, and that disappoints me because I love flying the drone in Iceland. Yeah, it's like some quicksand mud going. That's super weird mud ice.
We said not to walk on the ice without crampons, and I think that is good advice, but I really do want to hear what's
insane out here. Everything is either ice or mud, and super dangerous.
It was so nice after being alone for so many days to meet some people from home, even though they're strangers. I became good friends with them, bonded with them, and we just hung out and explored Iceland like buds.
So this trip has been amazing so far. It's my last day out here. Last full day of actually traveling around. It's been quite an adventure by myself. A lot of learning how resourceful I can be and how little food I can live off of, barely live off of. How willing I am to meet strangers and ask strangers to take pictures for me or have discussions with them, talk with them, ask them how their trip is going. This country has been a playground for me as a photographer and a videographer. Flying my drone up everywhere, taking my time just sitting and enjoying sights rather than just going to them, taking pictures and leaving. Seeing all the animals, learning about the culture, and I'm really glad I took this trip. It really opened my eyes to the opportunity that I do have to be able to take this trip, to be able to have my camera and my drone and all that, and enjoy this country in a way that some people cannot afford or don't have the opportunity to. I decided to go at the last minute, and that's kind of crazy and insane, but it did happen. Just to shout out, like, I think I made a few friends this trip. Kylie from the plane ride here, just because she sparked a conversation with me about my jacket. My host, Josh, is really nice. Had long conversations with him about Iceland. He's actually from New Zealand, actually. And John and Bo, I randomly met at the Skaftafell hike. I just said to John, hey, nice GH5, and we just kind of bonded on the camera, and we decided to hang out for a few hours after that. A lot of great memories on this trip, a lot of great friends. I mean, it's not like I met a million people, but the handful I did meet were great. And also met some dudes in a diner because he complimented my backpack. Traveling alone isn't the worst thing in the world. It is a little difficult at times when you're on day like 5, I guess, today, or day 6 yesterday, and I got really tired of driving in like the muggy weather by myself, no one to talk to. But it comes with the territory. There's ups and downs, just like the weather out here. 2 of the other 7 days I had were storms. With the storms, you can appreciate when the sun's out, like today. So my last full day in Iceland, I have beautiful sun, beautiful light. I'm gonna take my time driving all the way back to Reykjavik, maybe have a nice dinner, rest up, fly home tomorrow. Starting my new career, my new job. My alarm's going off. My new job at Where Malcolm. See where life takes me. It's been a trip.
Y'all, it's my last day in Iceland, full day. The beach I wanted to revisit was closed, so I just drove off the side of the road and I found this spot.
For the squeamish, you may want to look away. This is where I crashed my drone into the side of the cliff. So the only way up this hike was to go up this river. There was no other dry path.
And use ropes and chains to get up here. Crazy. This is one of the waterfalls I was supposed to hit, but I can't find the waterfall. I lost track of the trail markers, and as a non-hiker and non-outdoorsy person, I am not gonna push the envelope for my safety. This trip has been amazing. I've learned a lot about myself. The whole purpose was a self-discovery journey. I'm really glad that I took this trip and I decided to keep it a solo trip because it was a long period of self-reflection, which I definitely needed. I'm pretty high up, as you can see, all the way down there. Is right there.
This trip was definitely out of my comfort zone. I started terrified of meeting strangers, hiking, being by myself, all of the above, terrified of my future. But after this week of exploration of both Iceland and myself, I can safely say that I'm ready to tackle whatever the world throws at me. Even this very video took over a year to complete, but I'm finally ready to share my story.
you.